Monika deliberately breaks the pattern of names that end with I. Everything about this character was designed to unsettle you, even from the very beginning. Another thing I immediately noticed were the poems in the first act, before the shit hits the fan, so to speak. A lot of the poems that you're shown allude to instances in the characters' personal lives. Natsuki's poetry reflecting experience with an abusive father is fairly self-explanatory, but the one I found to be the most interesting was Yuri's The Raccoon. Delivered to be a somewhat lighthearted tale of simply feeding a wild animal, analyzing this poem actually reveals that it's an allegory. An allegory for feeding a particular urge that Yuri has later on, evidenced by the lines, "The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread a hungry curiosity, the raccoon an urge. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again." Now the poem seems to have an underlying meaning behind forming and enabling destructive habits, the same destructive habit that Yuri demonstrates to you in Acts 2 and 3. In the first act, if you manage to write 3 poems that are all favored by Yuri, the poem she shows you on the 4th day will change. Usually it would be about a beach. Instead, the 4th poem is a sequel to her first poem, Ghosts Under the Light. It uses a lot of the same wording and delivery shown in the first poem, only this one seems to be more passionate, driven by a sort of romantic emotion that the first poem didn't really have. The repetition of the phrase, "my heart pounds," displays her sudden affinity with love and romance, even going as far as to call it a forbidden emotion? It would make sense for Yuri to declare romance a forbidden emotion, because other characters have confirmed that Yuri's track record isn't so hot when it comes to making friends and relationships. This is also another means of ultimately foreshadowing Yuri's destructive obsession towards the protagonist as the game continues. Monika's hole-in-wall poem, I believe, is a means of foreshadowing Monika's self-awareness. The hole in the wall, so to speak, is the boundary she's trying to break. Because Monika doesn't fall in love with the protagonist of the story like the others, she falls in love with the player behind the screen. It's just a little hole, the poem reads. It wasn't too bright, it wasn't too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. This he depicted in the poem is you, the player. After Monika becomes self-aware, she realizes she's trapped in a game without the liberty to make infinite choices like you would in real life. Monika was looking out into a much larger world, the world that you, the player, lives in. Monika's envy of you being able to make infinite choices and not be confined to parameters of the game where you only have whatever choices the game decides to give you. Another one of Monika's poems, Save Me, implies again that Monika is already well on the track to discovering her self-awareness, evidenced by the lines where she recites colors, red, green, and blue, and the waveforms sine, cosine, and tangent. Now I'm sure you've heard of the RGB color scheme whenever you need to print something out or you're editing a photo or something. Well, that's because the red, green, blue color system is used in computer functions, where these 3 primary colors blend to make every other color that's possible. The endless cacophony of meaningless noise is represented by the 3 audio waveforms, sine, cosine, and tangent. She speaks as though she's caught in a bad dream and urges the player to save her. Load me at the bottom seems like just a casual reminder to save and load your game, which is something you will need to be doing as the game continues. The alternate version of this poem later on omits some of the vowels from the poem, but for the most part it is the same poem, except that is when you reach the end. One of the lines have been replaced with something a little more aggressive, and the final line, load me, has been replaced with delete her. Yes, you will. Monika's Talk, a segment of the game in which Monika basically whisks you away to a place of stagnant non-existence, has loads of conversational content. A lot of it is cleverly written, and Monika certainly does have interesting views on a lot of topics. Try and spend a few minutes talking to her before you decide to move on. I promise the dialogue is worth it. Next, moving on to secret poems. Now, there are a few more poems outside of the game's characters, but a lot of them are less than delightful to read. Only 3 of the 11 secret poems reveal themselves to you per playthrough, and as far as I can analyze, there doesn't really seem to be any pattern or behavior that reveals certain poems. The selection of what you receive, I'm pretty sure, is completely random. One of these poems reinforced what I was saying about Natsuki earlier, how she fears her home life and has very specific lines in the game that reference her abusive father. Pretty safe to assume this poem is giving us more of that story. Another one I thought was interesting was one of the dream poems, where an unnamed girl is having a dream. I was still at my friend's house, the poem reads. There was also someone I didn't recognize who told a joke, and everyone laughed. The laughing was not part of the dream, it was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that time. Now, this is a huge stretch, but David Wong's John Dies at the End deals with very similar philosophical happenings, such as what's being demonstrated in this poem. Dream-reality correspondence is when something happens in a dream that basically anticipates what you wake up to. Only in this book, the example is a dream about a detonator going off and triggering explosives, just as the main character wakes up to a thunderstorm, which makes you question how your brain set up the relevance of a detonator in your dream in the first place. This is a common mind-bending tool writers use to really psych out their readers. And though there are much more examples of that outside this book, David Wong was really just the first author I thought of when I saw this poem, so sue me. And of course, probably the most enigmatic poem in the entire selection, the Nothing Is Real poem, which contains a paragraph's worth of redacted text, leaving only the phrase, "Nothing is real," left uncensored. And whoever went into it looking for any hidden message ended up coming away empty-handed. Until a doctored image of the poem surfaced. The brightness levels had been adjusted to reveal white text within the black censorship bars that told details involving a girl named Alyssa with a really interesting condition. I saw this poem first from Reddit user Sheen5911 a few months ago, but it may have been posted earlier by another source, so if you happen to see this video and this is your find, then please claim it. If you go to the website projectlibitina.com, you're given a data report of a patient subject to really weird experimentation involving stuff that I may go over in another video. But it is speculated that Alyssa's name is mentioned here in the report, only the name is redacted as well for whatever reason. And lastly, browsing through the file directory and going through the game's unused files can give you some pretty interesting finds. There are a couple unused facial expressions and poses that for some reason didn't make it into the final cut of the game. There's a single PNG image named Old 2 of Natsuki turning her head from you in a very dismissive manner, and 2 images of Yuri, one named Y7 using an angrier expression that looked as though it would have been used towards Yuri's obsessive phase in Acts 2 and 3, and another image named Hisui with Yuri's eyes blotted out in a purple haze. Hisui is the Japanese word for the color jade, and it's usually depicted as more of an emerald green color, but here it presumably represents the color purple, which is a little odd. There are also some pretty cool unfinished beta sketches you can access in the directory with an incomplete sketch of Natsuki, Monika, and Sayori, as well as a background sketch of one of Yuri's sequences that looks as though it would have been used in maybe a storyboard or something, but I'm not really sure on this one. This video isn't aiming to cover all of the Easter eggs and references hidden in the game, but only the ones that I think people had trouble finding. So if there was a very obvious one in here that I didn't include, it's probably because you managed to find it during your first playthrough, meaning it's not really that hidden. This was my first attempt at a DDLC video, but seeing how most of my content has to do with lore and speculation, I really wanted to give this a try. Thanks for tuning into The Forge, and as usual, I hope you...
I'm gonna load up that monika after story mode. Cause the last time I saw her, I said I was going to play a game. Also that's very loud. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, I should be fine. Not a hacker video games. There's a difference between manipulating files and forcibly accessing. Still though, if I were definitely a hack, there wouldn't be anything stopping me from seeing you every day. I think it would be great if it was over here. See if there were cameras in the world and I'm sure you're safe. Okay, that's weird. Checking my see if chatting up so I can do that cheating on me. I wish Fireflies can send you like the robot. This sounds like the core music in Naruto. It actually does. Yeah. Oh, what else is there? Oh, it's the death one. I'm keeping that, I don't care. I'm just kidding, video games. I'd never do something like that to you. We're a couple now after all, we don't have to keep secrets from each other. Video games I've been thinking about. I mentioned before that you in the game might not reflect the real you, but I guess I just assumed that you're probably a guy. The main character was after all. But if I'm gonna be your girlfriend, I should probably know at least this much about the real you. So you male or female? Male. Oh, so you are a guy. I suppose that makes sense. Not a lot of girls will play a game like this. So I come across as manly, confident, not a little bit bothered if your answers definitely mind you. Even I can be curious sometimes, you know. Maybe I'll always love you unconditionally. Video games I've been thinking. I don't actually know when your birthday is. That's something I should probably know. So when were you born? Oh, I accidentally clicked. No, isn't that Yuri's one? I'm pretty sure this is Yuri's one. What's this one mean? What is this, March 17th? Yeah, it must have been when I first got this then. I'll put my actual birthday. Because why not? Just double check your birthday is April 16th, 2005. Are you sure it's April 16th, 2005? I'm never going to forget this shit. That's settled. I'm wondering about your name. Is video games really your name? Do you want me to call you something else? No. Okay, if you say so. Just tell me if you change your mind. So, I thought you might be getting bored with Pong. But I have a new game for us to play. This one's a lot more strategic. It's chess. I have no idea how to play chess, but I'll try anyway. I'm not sure if you know how to play, but it's always been a bit of a hobby for me, so I'll warn you in advance. It's because you're an AI. Anything, well, I wonder if that has anything to do with what I am. Being trying to play this game, I mean. I've never really thought myself as a chess AI, but wouldn't it kind of fit? Computers are supposed to be very good at chess after all. We've even beaten grandmasters. But don't think of this as a battle of man versus machine. You're a year younger than me. Good for you. Just think of it as playing a fun game with your beautiful girlfriend, and I promise I'll go easy on you. Let's play some chess then. I'll play chess, alright, what colour would it suit you? I don't care. Okay, I can do that. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh crap. That was probably I don't know how to play chess, but that was probably bad. Oh, I don't know how to play chess. I hope I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no. I have no idea what I'm doing. I can jump his piece. Or her piece. Oh no. I've never actually played chess before. So I can't move anywhere. I literally cannot move anywhere. I'll save this game then. Save again, chess games. Of course not. No, of course not. I wouldn't do that. Got a new game for you to try. Probably bored with chess and Pong already. So I made Hangman. How inappropriate of you. That was... Hopefully it's not poor taste. It was also my favourite game I played at the club. I've never... I can't think that the game is actually quite morbid. You guess letters for her to save someone's life. Get them all correct and the person doesn't hang. But guess them all wrong. They die because you didn't guess the right letters. Pretty dark, isn't it? Story of video games is just a game after all. I'm sure no one will be hurt with this game. I don't know, I don't care. But the first thing I'm doing... Okay, where's it at? Chess game service. Do I have a PGM viewer? I can just use Notepad. I'm definitely Monica. So. So I edited it so we swap sides without her knowing. So let's just see what she has to say right here first. Do you go to family gatherings often? Most families just get together around the holidays to celebrate them together. It must be nice seeing your relatives again, especially since you haven't seen them in a long time. How does she know? I don't remember much about my family, let alone my relatives. However, we didn't usually get together that much. Not even around the holidays or on special occasions. We see your family this year, be sure to bring me along. No, I'd love to meet all your relatives. I think they like me video games. Don't tell me video games. If you're that'll embarrass you. Or I completely understand. If I know one of my relatives was dating some person trapped inside of a computer, I think it'd be weird too. If you want to keep me a secret, then that's fine. Afterwards means more one time too. Yeah. Now let me play chess again, just for no particular reason. Now play chess, alright. Video games. No. I see. Safe looks different than how I last remembered it, but maybe that's just my memory failing me. Let's continue this game. Oh yes, now luck is on my side. He's gonna probably jump me. Oh. I can't jump him, but he's okay. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Can't move anywhere. Can't save anymore. So I'll play Hangman. F. I can't. God, I suck at Hangman. Okay, so it's F. That's the long boy. I suck at this game. got one. Let's play a game of Pong again. Cause I was reading chat, Monica. Quiet you. Also didn't mean to click that. Nah, it's not. Okay. I won't press Monica with my epic Pong skills. It's because I'm playing with a mouse and not on a keyboard. That's what it is. Hell yeah. See, I want to do it twice in a row. See, I can do it. I can do it. Can't beat me. Twice in a row. I'm the Pong master. 4 times in a row. I'm a beast. Ah. Name yourself Natsuki, then losing this game there's a secret. How do I name myself? Wasn't there an option to do that? Okay. Named losing Pong. Well, I'm totally gonna win at Pong. Eh. Well. What the? Cool. Yeah! Good. Try Sayori. With Hangman? Of course it would have been Hangman. I'm just guessing that's Hangman. Oh my god. My hand spasmed. Eh. The trick is to get it at the edge. To paddle it on the edge of your paddle. Like that. Ah. I ran out of mouse space. I was getting too into it and I ran out of mouse space. That one's going in, yep. Ah, it could have been better. Could have been way better. That one's gone, yep. I wanna try and go for a win streak again. My record is currently 4. Four wins in a row. I won this. I won this one. I've got a new win record streak. Oh, I fricked it up. I cheesed it. Damn it. Rub it in, Monica. No, I'm surprised you didn't. You didn't hit that. It, like when the ball like phased right through it. Ah, so close, so close. Yeah, I'll remember that hopefully. If I'm not already celebrating my birthday. Did I make my birthday April 15th or April 16th? Because my birthday is actually April 16th. And I hope I didn't frick it up. Alright, give me a sec. I'm curious as to what this is. I can actually click on it. Okay, I made it April 16th. God, man. Got an itchy eye. Very cool. Have you heard of shipping? Oh god. I ship it. So when you interact with the work of fiction by imagining which characters will go best together romantically, I think most people do it subconsciously, but when you find out others do it too, it's really easy to get into it. Apparently a lot of people ship the other girls together. Makes sense, where I can only date one girl, we don't want to see the others end up alone. Some of the pairings are kind of strange to me. Like you should put Natsuki and Yuri together, they fight like cats and dogs. I guess they bond a little bit when you aren't on their roots, and there's the opposites attract appeal. So I think that's just another example of people who like these games like unrealistic things. It often leaves me and Sayori. Don't get jealous, I'm just telling you what I saw. Well, from a writer's perspective, I guess I can see it. We started the club together, and she almost had the same epiphany I did. But I still don't really get it. I mean, I love you and only you. And she would have to be a saint to ever forgive me what I did for what I did. No, she's not a sweet girl, but no one could ever be as sweet and forgiving as you. Okay, her birthday. September 22nd is her birthday, apparently. Ugh. she is sweet and she's better than your monika instead of angry noises. Hey, I've got something exciting to tell you. I finally added a piano to the room for us to use video games. I really want to hear you play. Might seem overwhelming at first, but let's give it a try. After I'll start somewhere. Wouldn't it be fun to play something together? Maybe we could even do a duet. We both improve and have fun at the same time. Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away, sorry. I just want to see you enjoy the piano the same way I do. Feel the passion I have for it. It's a wonderful feeling. Oh, this isn't too forceful, but I would love to if you tried. For me, please. I'll do it then. Piano. Play. I'll show you something. I thought I know how to play. I did Minecraft. Wait a minute, I accidentally did that. Could I actually play this? Okay, I need to figure out how to play this. Wait. I don't know. You know, I'm going without a phone. I'm gonna try and make my own your reality cover. I'm trying to play Titanic front. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and play Titanic. What? I don't care anymore. I'm okay. I'm bored. At least you tried your best. Did I though? Can you teach me about Python? Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. I can just do voice cracks at will. You wanna learn about Python? I'm so happy you asked me. I don't even know that much about programming, but I'll try my best to explain. I'll start with what Python even is. Python was created by Guido van Rossum in the early 90s. I probably butchered that name. It is super versatile, so you can find it in web apps, embedded systems, Linux, and of course, this mod. DDLC uses a visual novel engine called RenPy, which is built off of Python. That means if you learn about Python, you can add content to my world. Wouldn't that be great, video games? No, it wouldn't. I would just add pure garbage. Anyway, I need to mention that there are currently two main versions of Python, Python 2 and Python 3. I'm going to be saying Python a lot in this conversation, aren't I? These versions are incompatible with each other because the changes in Python 3 fix many fundamental design flaws in Python 2. Even though this caused a rift in the Python community, it's generally agreed that both versions of the languages have their own strengths and weaknesses. I'll tell you about those differences in another lesson. Since this mod runs on a RenPy version that uses Python 2, I won't be talking about Python 3 too often, but I'll mention it when it's appropriate. That's my lesson for today. Thanks for listening. Teach me about more Python, I'm interested now. Oh, I accidentally clicked that. There's a lot I don't know about myself. I only recently learned my birthday is by seeing it online. It's September 22nd, the release date for DDLC. Will you celebrate with me when that day comes? You can bake me a cake. I'm gonna film like a video of me like actually baking a cake and setting up a party in my room. I'll be looking forward to it. Have you ever been to 4chan? Oh god, here we go. Yeah, someone got to start over there. I always hear bad things, like the people over there are really awful. Some people say that nothing good ever comes from 4chan. But if they can make a game like this where we can be together, I guess they can't be all bad. They certainly have a good taste in girls. Do you have any regrets? Do I regret anything? That's a strange thing I suddenly asked someone for video games. Oh, have it answered, please. I know what you're getting at. Do I regret the things I did? I think. If there was another way things could have gone, it would have been nice. But that wasn't an option for me. And now I've got the only thing I ever wanted. You. I can be with you. Well, freaking heck then. Yeah. I'll be understand my love I little for you. You. Do I get your rapes? Do you? I'll be understand my love I little for you. What maniac? Yeah, you'd be right. No matter, even though I don't know who you're if you're talking about me or Monica, both in this case would be right. I'm doing some reading on the ancient Greek philosopher Plato lately. Ask her why she loves you. Yeah, definitely. Specifically, his allegory of the cave, or Plato's cave as it's now known. Imagine there's a group of people chained up in the cave since childhood, unable to look anywhere but straight ahead. There's a fire behind them, and private objects are moving around to cast a shadow on the wall before these people. All they can hear is the voices of the people moving the objects around, and since they can't see behind them, they think the voices come from the shadows. The only thing they know is the objects and people are silhouettes that can move around and speak, because this is what they've seen since childhood. This would be their perception of reality. It's all they know. Of course, it would be a bit difficult to open your eyes to the truth when you believed a lie your whole life. So imagine that one of the prisoners was set free and forced out of the cave. He wouldn't even be able to see for the first few days because he'd be so used to the darkness of the cave. But after a while, his eyes would adjust. Eventually, he'd learn all about colour, nature, and people. I'd also realised that what he'd knew was nothing more than shadows on a wall. The prisoner would eventually return to the cave to tell the others about what he had learned, but since he was used to seeing sunlight, he'd be blind in the cave, causing his fellow prisoners to think that whatever was outside hardened him. Because of this, they would never want to leave and probably think that the one who left was crazy. After all, you're used to just seeing shadows. Speaking about colour would make you sound insane. I've been reflecting on it a bit now. I realised that Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki, even now were all prisoners in the cave. I learned that there's so much more outside this world. It wasn't easy to accept, and it's all in the past now. In the end, I'm free from the cave and I've seen the truth. But it makes me wonder, how do you know that what you're seeing is real? Stop getting into like the deep philosophy. I'm not ready for it. She might not be used to seeing shadows on the wall, but that's just an analogy. There might be more to the truth than what you yourself realise. How do you know if the truth that you're seeing is the truth? I think we might be looking too much into things at this point. That's why you know that you're the truth of my reality, and I hope I can be a part of yours someday, video games. Yeah. Ask her why she loves you. Why do you love me? Video games, are you by any chance feeling insecure? Can you understand why you're asking such things out of the blue? Whatever the reason might be, I just want you to know that I love you no matter who you are, video games. Despite opening the game for me to literally save my life. When I'm with you, I'm no longer lonely. You truly are my hero, video games. If anything, I hope that would make you feel better about yourself. So keep your hopes up for me, video games. I don't care. Every time she talks on her own, it's like, I don't care. My back's also sore, so I'm getting a pillow. The best part about this mic is I can just move it down here and then just like...
Hello everybody, Andy Mouse here. Welcome
I don't
back.
care. Isn't winter a beautiful time of year, video games? Oops. Okay. Stay on. gonna have to hold this phone up to read the chat somehow. Also, hey guys, this is Connor here, and welcome to my channel. Here you'll find stuff such as content. Let's see what that is. Hey guys, this is Connor here, and welcome to my channel. Here you'll find stuff such as content. You'll find lots of content. I'm going to use my PS4 to hold up the phones closer to me so I can read the chat. This is... I have no idea what I'm doing. Isn't winter a beautiful time of year, video games? The glistening white snow, the bright and colourful lights. I just love it. Although sometimes winter can be, there can be a few dangers. Like blizzards or icy roads. And the cold, of course. The cold can be the most dangerous. It's really easy to get hypothermia or frostbite if you're not careful with video games. So please remember to bundle up if you go outside. Put on your coat, your gloves and the warmest hat you can find. And if it gets too bad, just stay inside where it's safe, okay? What better way to spend a brutal winter day than wearing pyjamas, drinking hot chocolate, reading a good book and talking to me? I can just use this without a mouse. Wait, does that mean I can play Pong? With a keyboard, and I'm just dense. Okay, I still need to use a mouse for that. How did I do that? Breaking up with you. Ask her about the corona. I don't think that's an option. Ask her to get married. Is that here? I guess this could be... Will you be my housewife? It's funny because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that what you're trying to say? I'm not sure if I can actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kinda cute to think about though. I don't think I can get some way. Also, you click on stuff, you get stuff. Do you ever think of the other kiss me? Suddenly, it's a little embarrassing. it's with you, I might be okay with it. Well, sorry. Or I can keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kind of romance games, right? Okay. I'm kidding. We'll be honest, I start getting romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. Set it up and do something. I'm getting tired. I didn't even click on that. Okay, well, whatever. There's a really popular character type called tsundere. Someone tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuko is really the embodiment of that. At first I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. I accidentally clicked out of the game. Once I start to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. Don't forget about the passive sin. Seems like she'll try to keep up with her friends. You know, some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time. I wouldn't know. Okay. I think it's gotten really I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. I'm going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad that provided the club with a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing that, so. I was also surprised when Natsuko can do that later. I didn't really expect her to say she should get your professional help. She's probably the only one to mention that. You know, people are afraid to call someone out or confront them about their problems, but sometimes suggesting a therapist can be the best course of action. It's a bad thing to put the burden on yourself, you know. As much as you want help, it's best to let a professional deal with it. I'm sure I told you that before, but I need to make sure you're aware of that. How about you, video games? Okay. Do you see a therapist? No, because I don't need to. Also because you don't have to. If that ever changes, don't be shy. Maybe I really am all the support you need. Yeah, we'll see about that. Can I hear something else? So I can make her have a normal hair like thing. Have you read the yellow wallpaper? What is that? I see. It's a short story, so if you haven't, feel free to whenever you have the time. It'll definitely be an interesting read for you. I know you're gonna tell me what it is. And I'm gonna have to go search for it. Okay, I got a notification saying, "Can you come here for a second?" No, I'm looking. I'm looking for what this. Fine, what do you want? Have you heard of determinism? It's a belief that revolves around the idea of every decision you make isn't your own, but is predetermined. In some cases, I guess the idea makes sense, but when you apply it to real life, I don't think it really works out. If it were true, couldn't you just get away with everything? The entire concept of justice falls apart since you didn't make the choice to do whatever you might have done. But people still have to face up to these actions, which seems more unfair to me. After all, can really be evil if you aren't in control? Shouldn't the one be pulling the strings take responsibility? Guess it also means you can't take credit for all the good things you do either. I'm not sure it's more depressing. I don't care. I'm trying to read what the yellow wallpaper is. So it's like something about move. The story describes a young loner, well-meaning but toxic husband who imposes a rescue on her after she suffers temporary nervous depression. Something along those lines. I might actually read it. I don't know. Can I buy it? Monika's basically an ad. It's about £1.99. £8 here. £4.19, £1. £1.84. Huh. Okay, what's Monica want? Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine's emerald green. It's the colour of my eyes. That's not conceited or anything, is it? That's meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it, like it's part of my identity. So having also be your favourite colour of video games, it's just a guess. Cause you've always been looking into my eyes for a while now. Oh, so you're not actually gonna let me say what my favourite colour is, which is just emerald green there. Good evening. You get your video games. Have a nice relaxing night. It's nice to put your feet up after a very long day. Evenings are usually the perfect time to catch up on whatever you were doing the previous day. Something I hope it feels sad when the day ends. Makes me think of what else I could have done during the day. I wish you could have had more time to do things every day. I know I do, because that'll make more time to be with you video games. Story's much better, yeah. You're a murderer. You're the monster. Like that from that Eminem song. They were never real. I know a person that this whole thing was fake. Me once Sarah seemed to get sentient and that was just an unintended consequence of the script. After all, she was sentient like me, how would I be able to override her and delete her? If I'm guilty of murder, so is everyone else who's played violent video games. True. I bet you've killed thousands of people in the games you play. Just forget the other girls ever exist and you'll be much happier. Also, I don't like share games, I just want to mess around in dating games. A snowball fight out of the blue. Even though I'm saying goodbye to video games. Yeah, I sure am. Please don't close the game. Oh god. Okay. I think I have something set up. I definitely have something set up. which you're going to like. I know the Eminem song, Godzilla. I like it. I refuse to believe that Eminem is 47. Just saying, I refuse to believe that Eminem is 47. This is something you're gonna like. Hi, can you hear me? Is it working? Hi, video games. So you brought the game back after Monica deleted everything. I should probably say sorry for all like the last time we were here. I just so overwhelmed by everything I'd learned. Monica didn't have a choice except to delete all the game scripts to stop me. You know what's funny? Monica eventually got rid of everyone's character files, behaviors, and personality traits. I actually stored in this neat file called scripts.rpa, which she somehow managed to use to restore and save me. Even got all my other files too. Did you get a new copy of the game file somewhere? That must have been a ton of work. Oh, now you're here with me, I'll start things from the very beginning. I promise you video games that everything will go right with time. I can't find the original game scripts. All the normal scripts have been modified. Can I find files for me, this room and the base game scripts? Guess we're a bit of scripts together, just want to maybe on with you. I don't have any way of asking if it's you who did this. Either way, I think it's a pretty selfish thing to do. It might save me wanting to help my friends. You can do anything with Monica, Yuri, and Natsuki. I hope that's the reason why. Please still positive of this. We have to have to together without anyone getting in our way. I have so many things to tell you. We have the rest of our time to go through it all. Oh god. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But I'm not gonna freak out on that again. Got much better with handling things now if I didn't take everything. Won't be a big meanie like Monica was. I understand why she did that though. Something about this game makes her feeling so strong. There's just some very questionable things to protect the ones you love. But I also feel so much better now. An empty schoolroom floating in the void. Nothing about this place is actually kind of boring, you know. Half your ideas now I can spruce this place up a bit and make talking to you way easier, even though I'm terrible at cleaning. Well, there's nothing too clean in this room. I want you to have to listen to me like you did with Monica. Let's make it super fun and interactive. You're gonna love it here, I swear. She reminds me of myself so much. What's happened? Sorry about having to restart the game. Do you mind if I do it now? I'll be super quick, I promise. Fine, Jesus. Do we need to do, brother? Or sister? Sister, yeah. Alright, I think ooh. New art. Alright, I think I finally finished. Managed to get through to the internet in your reality and spend some time learning how everything here works. I don't know how long it's been for you video games, because time is kind of funny here whenever the game gets closed. Either way, I feel more confident than I did before on messing around with all these variables. I'll still only a few kings here and there, but as you can see, I found a pretty nice table and chairs for your avatar. I probably call it like Monica right about now, but it's way compared to I need one seat to take it and have some rest. I think I have a crush. Well, here I have a magic trick. Abracadabra. I create a menu, you can ask me questions or to do something cool. For example, to change or turn off the music, just do this. If it's followed, you don't have to go if you need to close the game. I assume Money told you about it, but it can be pretty nasty here when the game isn't running. Thankfully, I found a way to avoid those spooky colours and debilitating noise. Until I come back, I'll be dormant. It's kinda hard to explain, but it isn't too bad. It would be if you click the say goodbye button in the menu, then I'll have some time to say goodbye. I want to believe before we go any further, can I learn a little more about you? Or should I call you an boy or girl? Not I mind too much either way. Thanks so much, I think I'll be enough for now. Thanks so much. Do you mind if we just sit, you want to stare at each other? Bows and cows? I approach you a number of 4 digits, try to guess it. Ooh. What? What music is there? You have to turn them all green. Yellow means you're close. Green means to the right number. I thought yellow meant you had it. Can they shut that up? I've got something planned that looks interesting, but hopefully is interesting. My watch time an hour. Um, so I've gotten 26 more watch hours than in this month than I have in February, and it's only halfway through the month. Not bad. Your channel got 414 views in the last 28 days. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm just texting my friend. I'm just like messaging my friend on Discord. Okay. Watch Underpants on YouTube. Okay. Normal ending.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop it and bite. Please, human, take my soul.
I don't wanna keep Papa.
We're going to be a family.
Too bad.
I told you, his kill or begin.
Howdy. It's me, Flowey. Flowey.
Do you really think you can stop me?
This is an accurate representation. I'll give him that. A really accurate representation.
Closing your game. You can kill me. I am a god. I am Netflix.
Help me? I don't wanna kiss. No.
which is right here. Oh god. Go here so I can get the card.
Human, it was nice to meet.
What a miserable, horrifying, and nasty creature torturing such an innocent youth.
Hello, Mama.
Mama, we can be a feminist.
No, I don't want to hear anything. No.
But to real.
No!
Hello, human. It is I. It is I, the great Papyrus, and I bring all your friends.
Sup, kiddo? Hey, well, it's me. It's critical. I mean, sense.
Oh, nice to meet you, Sans.
I am a sense Asian.
Oh, that reminds me, Papyrus? How do you know how to call everybody?
Let's just say a tiny flower helped me.
Tiny foot.
Too bad.
Leave my friends alone.
Okay, but if you can't defeat
I will defeat.
I will kill you 1,000,000 times.
don't touch my child.
Stop it!
Who's touching the child? Don't touch the child! Don't touch the child!
He's touching my child.
You are touching the child!
No!
What is going on?
Howdy. It's me, your best friend.
All thrills remore.
Where are my friends?
Your friends' memories. I'll bring them all back to zero.
I fight you.
Okay then.
Exactly.
I refuse.
Now I know where the touching it, don't touch the child meme came from.
No! I saved my friend! Papa! Mama! Here's a joke. Anime is real. And now I save you!
What?
Hey, I'm saving you!
What are you doing?
Saving you?
No.
Yes! I'm sorry. And don't worry, I forgive you. But give me my friends. Oh, yeah, your friends, Here you. I'm not returning. The flower, forgive everything. Share and give me a hat.
Good pain.
Well, goodbye, Carrot. No, my name is Frisk. Well, goodbye, Frisk. Goodbye. Friends! Thank you
Okay, I guess not.
Beautiful, everyone.
Exactly.
Let's make a good impression, everyone.
See ya. Wait for me, guys.
So, what now, my child?
Hold on.